Hello and welcome to our presentation on engineering and manufacturing apprenticeships. Appris is Yorkshire's largest specialist engineering apprenticeship provider, delivering training to over 550 apprentices in over 150 companies across the region. We help apprentices unleash their potential and make their mark in the exciting world of engineering and manufacturing. But first, what is an apprenticeship? An apprenticeship is a real job that allows you to earn a real wage while you learn and obtain a real qualification. It combines hands-on work with the opportunity to train and gain new knowledge and skills. You will be training for a specific job position, so at the end of your apprenticeship, you will receive both an official certification and hopefully a job offer, with over 98% of our apprentices finding full-time employment once they have finished their apprenticeship, usually with the same company. Apprenticeships help people to get the necessary skills and experience to succeed in their chosen career, whatever that may be. An apprenticeship includes paid employment with holiday leave, which is a minimum of 20 days per year plus public holidays. Hands-on experience, working alongside and being mentored by industry professionals. An average of at least 6 hours off-the-job training per week on average, where you'll be learning additional knowledge, skills and behaviours. And a formal assessment called an endpoint assessment, which leads to a nationally recognised certificate. There is no maximum age limit for an apprenticeship, but there is a minimum. They are for those of school leaving age or over, living in England and not in full-time education. By undertaking an apprenticeship, you can develop your skills, boost your CV and increase your earning potential, all while getting paid to do it. So, why should you choose the apprenticeship route? Firstly, you get the skills you need. An apprenticeship allows you to acquire valuable skills and experience in your chosen sector, which improves your CV and makes you more employable when you've finished your training. You'll learn in a work environment, developing the practical skills and understanding that you need to excel in your role. You also learn from the experts. Interacting with experts is a massive perk of an apprenticeship. You'll be working alongside people who know the ins and outs of the role, as well as how the sector works. You will have the opportunity to ask these experts questions and gain first-hand insight. This will give you a real-life understanding of the job rather than a classroom simulation. You earn while you learn. You'll have the opportunity to earn a salary. In fact, completing an apprenticeship increases your earning potential. For example, data shows that some of the highest earnings from those who successfully achieved a Level 3 apprenticeship last year were in engineering and manufacturing. They earned on average over £32,000 a year. You gain a qualification. As well as gaining a professional qualification, which will improve your chances of continuing employment, you will have further opportunities to learn and develop, possibly through higher education or job-specific skills. And lastly, there are no tuition fees. The average cost for a degree in England is £27,000. However, there are no fees or costs to you as a learner when doing an apprenticeship programme, with apprenticeships available all the way up to degree level. Apprenticeships are entirely funded by the employer and the government, and you'll be paid a salary for the entire duration of your programme. There are over 750 apprenticeships available or in development for every industry that you can think of. If you decide to undertake an apprenticeship, there are a range of levels available. Some start at level 2, whilst others start at degree level. If a job role is available, there is nearly always an apprenticeship associated with it. They start at level 2, also called an intermediate apprenticeship. Level 3, equivalent of A-levels, are also known as advanced apprenticeships. Next, there are levels 4 and 5, which are known as higher level apprenticeships. And finally, we have levels 6 and 7, which are known as degree apprenticeships. So, what is manufacturing engineering? As it says here, manufacturing engineering is a branch of engineering that focuses on the design, development and improvement of processes and systems used in the production of goods and products. It plays a crucial role in turning raw materials into finished products efficiently and cost effectively. Appris works with employers in the industrial engineering sector. Take, for example, companies that manufacture wind turbine blades, ejector seats for fighter jets, or even space guidance systems. We train engineers that figure out the best ways to design, build and maintain these products. They use a mix of mechanical, electrical and materials knowledge to make sure everything works well and is made efficiently, effectively and as cost effectively as possible. The modern world around us would not exist without skilled engineers, and as technology advances, more and more of these engineers are in demand. There are others, but at Appris, we offer these main groups of apprenticeships. Design engineers work at the start of the manufacturing process. They create technical drawings, 2D or 3D plans of engineering components and systems using computer-aided design techniques, which are then sent out to the manufacturing side, suited to technical people, as this role is usually office-based and requires strong IT skills. Machinists use machine tools, predominantly lathes, milling machines and CNC, to produce highly complex precision components, taking raw materials and shaping them using machine tools. This involves lots of programming and is a very technical role. Fabrication and welding is the thermal fusion, which is the use of intense heat to create joints and shaping materials, such as industrial pipework or structural forming, such as staircases. This route is very practical, usually heavy industry, and suits candidates who like to work with their hands. Mechanical engineers produce individual components or work on the assembly of components to create engineering systems, which may include mechanical parts such as pulleys, motors, drive shafts, bearings, or gear systems. Electrical engineers create the control systems that operate the mechanical parts. This pathway involves lots of wiring and testing and lots of complex maths. And finally, maintenance technicians' work is based around the diagnostics, refurb, repair and inspection of mechanical, electrical and electronic systems. If a piece of machinery breaks down, maintenance engineers are responsible for fixing it and preventing it from breaking down again. These are just examples of some of the fantastic companies we work with across the Yorkshire region. David Brown made their name manufacturing gearboxes for Aston Martin and now produces parts for submarines and tanks. Next is Depew, who make prosthetic limbs using nanotechnology, machined using exotic materials such as titanium. Most people will have heard of Johnson & Johnson. These are their engineering arm. OneSubsea are a global business for the oil and gas sector, with subsea meaning undersea, operations for extracting fuels we use on a daily basis. We train Britvic's maintenance technicians, who are highly trained engineers who keep the plant running smoothly. These are classed as FMCG, which means fast-moving consumer goods, producing over 1 million bottles a day, so it's important to get in there and fix it quick if there is an issue. BorgWarner manufactures car turbo parts for the likes of Jaguar Land Rover. You may think turbos are a thing of the past with electric vehicles, but these companies are years ahead, working on new technology to suit the needs of sustainability. And finally, we have Cummins, a multinational corporation that designs, manufactures and distributes engines, filtration and power generation products. As you can see, we deal with a wide range of different employers, over 150 in total. Everything you see here is based on what's happening in the local area, right on our doorstep in West Yorkshire. Apprenticeships are made up of a combination of on-the-job and off-the-job training. This is called blended learning, as it combines workplace training with off-the-job learning. You will spend at least 20% of your time, a baseline of 6 hours a week, in off-the-job training, the majority of which you will be at our specialist training centre in Bradford. Here, our tutors will help you learn the skills you need to become competent in your chosen occupation. Off-the-job training is a requirement for all apprenticeship standards at all levels, and this training can involve you learning in the classroom or in a practical workshop environment, 1 or 2 days a week, with other people also undertaking the same apprenticeship. There are lots of things you could be doing while at Appris, including workshop sessions with our tutors using state-of-the-art machines and equipment, getting the technical and theory behind the use of materials, health and safety, and lots of maths and science, and gaining recognised qualifications, mainly through continuous assessments rather than exam-driven assessments. Not all off-the-job training is conducted at our training centre. You have to learn the job specifics of what you're doing in the workplace too. This can involve shadowing or mentoring sessions, just as an example. It's not expected that you go into an apprenticeship and can do the job perfectly without supervision. Rather, the purpose of an apprenticeship is that it teaches you over time to become competent in the role. Usually, the rest of your week will be spent on the job, in the workplace, learning the job role you have from trained engineers and industry professionals. On-the-job training can include job-specific skills development, learning how to become a competent engineer, evidence submission of the work you're going to be assessed on, and formal reviews. This is where your assessor visits you around once every 6 weeks and conducts formal reviews in the workplace, and you'll generally be working to industry standards. Next, we're going to look at how to apply for an apprenticeship with Appris. Firstly, before diving in, it's important to consider if an apprenticeship aligns with your career goals, learning preferences, and willingness to combine work with structured learning. Next, you'll need to explore the engineering apprenticeship options we have available, which range from mechanical to electrical, to fabrication and welding, and much more. Then, you'll start the application process by filling out a quick online registration form on our website, and we will send you some initial assessments to complete online. Once completed, you'll then be invited into our training centre in Bradford for a one-on-one interview with a member of our team, where we'll discuss your aspirations, suitability for the apprenticeship programme, and what pathways are most appropriate for you. Finally, if you successfully pass the initial assessments and interview, your details will then be sent out to suitable employers who offer apprenticeship opportunities in the region. These employers may then decide to offer you an interview for the role. We have lots of information and resources on our website that can help candidates prepare for an interview, and if you are successful, you may be offered the role and a place on our apprenticeship programme. So, what's important to employers in an apprenticeship candidate? Here are some real quotes from well-known apprenticeship employers who have had their say in what they're looking for in applicants. One employer, for example, highlights the importance of teamwork and collaboration. Another wants their candidates to be well researched before they apply. Guaranteed, one of the interview questions will be around your knowledge of their company and what they do. Some talk about showing how your educational experiences link with the role and using them in the application process. Another want candidates to just be themselves and show enthusiasm for the role, which is so important. Two employers here talk about highlighting what your skills are and what makes you stand out as a candidate. They give the helpful tip of writing out experiences and skills on a piece of paper to provide you with the prompts to use in the interview process. Apprentice candidates are often asked during interviews to demonstrate how they use essential skills. You can tell employers your timekeeping skills are great, but can you prove it? You might say you're hardworking, but can you back that up with anything? As you can see here, hobbies and extracurricular activities are a great way to showcase these skills and experiences. We've provided some examples of which skills different hobbies can demonstrate, which can be particularly useful if you have little to no work experience. For example, if you're into music, you can use it to show your creativity or listening skills, or if you're into sports, you can highlight your team working abilities and dedication. Even using social media as a hobby, like making YouTube videos, which can be used to showcase your presentation skills, for example. Finally, here are some real-life examples of young people who have chosen to use an engineering apprenticeship with Appris to forge a career and follow their passion. Firstly, we've got mechanical engineering apprentice Arman. He started off as a level 3 apprentice, pushed and stretched himself, and is now running projects for a world-class manufacturing company. He went on to win the 2022 West Yorkshire Engineering Apprentice of the Year award. Next, we have electrical/electronic apprentice Molly, who has been an absolute superstar from the start. She showed abilities well beyond her years. Fast-tracked by her employer to higher education, she is now in a senior role in a billion-dollar business based in Leeds. And finally, we have me, Cara. After finishing school, I decided I wanted to complete a design engineering apprenticeship at Appris. I spent 4 years completing level 4 qualifications, as well as developing many important design engineering skills in my workplace. Once I completed my apprenticeship, I decided I wanted to give back and began using my acquired skills to teach engineering apprentices right here at Appris. Thank you for watching. Follow us on social media and feel free to get in touch with our team for further information.